So with that said, I learned what the idea of burnout is and actual compassion fatigue. So compassion fatigue is feeling someone else's tiredness, feeling someone else's pain. A vicarious trauma is your trauma then becomes mine. So I have learned really only within the last 6 to 7 months how to set boundaries. So for me, being a caregiver means what is it that I'm going to be able to do for my dad, to cite one example. And this can apply to any one of my students, one of my coaching, consulting clients, to someone I meet on the street and just happen to get into a conversation with. For example, I flew into LaGuardia last week, left the airport baggage claim area waiting for my ride, and saw a gentleman over by one of the pillars just broken down, sobbing.
Wow.
And I thought, I don't know what's going on. So I went over to the local store and I grabbed some napkins. And all I did was walk up, politely put a hand up, and handed him the napkins. And he just immediately started to wipe his face. But it was like, what can I do? I can't do anything other than know that I saw that, I witnessed it. And so I wanted him to know that he was seen and that he was heard and that he wasn't alone. Wow. So what happens if someone's crying and someone hands you a tissue? It's because you got snot, everything, tears. And so I said nothing. And he was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, no, you don't even need to apologize. The reason I said that is as soon as I walked away, I went and literally shook it off. Right. A few jumping jacks. I did a couple push-ups because I would have sat there and thought about that moment. I would have sat there and thought, what is it that he was crying about? What was wrong? And that then emotionally would have put me in a particular place. And as I was leaving, I turned one last time just to make sure he was okay. And he turned and he just, the loudest, most heartfelt, thank you.
Wow.
Hand to heart. I said to him, I got you, brother.
Wow.
So with that said, as a caregiver, how do you still be there for people? And I think what's important is to figure out what you need to do in order to find some sort of release so that you yourself aren't inundated. And that's